And we're live. Everybody, just, yeah, we're going to get back into some of these off-the-cuff videos. Don't think they're going away. I figured we'd do something a little different this time around. And one of the things we'll be doing is looking at a video that claims that Jedi is a satanic cult. Be interesting, should be fun. It's kind of old. It's from December 2014. I've been busy with videos, so I haven't really been searching them, so this is kind of new. I have with me former Jedi and magic practitioner, magician.
That would be probably the most accurate description.
Okay, fair enough.
Magician.
So with me, and as someone who's been a part of the Jedi community for some time, I'm sure he will have some fun with this video as well and offer some insights. But basically, I just wanted to see if let's see if Jedi is a satanic cult. And I just, for 20 years had no idea.
It's definitely two things I never thought would be in the same discussion.
Yeah.
Unless it was included the word not. So this is going to be an interesting discussion. I'm in anticipation just to see where this is going to lead.
Yeah, full disclosure, I have seen some of the video. I kind of was like skipping around on it. But Knox over here has not seen it at all yet. So he gets you get a true reaction video. I'll share the video to you so you can hear it and see it, and then I'll pause it at parts where I think we should maybe discuss something, or where I just want to butt in and offer maybe a counterpoint or two. So yeah, so let's jump into this. Knox, I'm gonna mute you for a bit, man. I'll let you know when you can unmute yourself, and then we are going to share. We're going to share screen share. Share this monkey right here. Okay. Oh, wait. We're going to kick up the volume so you can hear this video, and then I will shut up.
Assassin. Every time you start to research something and you get deeper, you find some of the weirdest coincidences. And this was shared with me from a friend of mine. His channel is Edifying Others, and I encourage you to go check out his work. He definitely is very good at exposing the Gnosticism, the occult, and the New Age infiltration of not only the truth movement, but everything in our society, from movies to any type of media, etc. Moving on here, we have this is a cult, because that's exactly what it is. And it's called the Real Church of Jedism. Okay, thousands believe in religion based off Star Wars franchise. Now, before you dismiss this as a gimmick and laughable, which it most definitely is, it's actually something that people are actually really getting onto. And if you study Star Wars and you study George Lucas, you can even read in his own writings on the whole entire series that it is based off the religions of Buddhism, Gnosticism, and other ancient occult religions, which are definitely demonic and satanic in nature.
Gotta find that animal side again.
I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. Wait, let me get back. Okay, you're gonna unmute yourself, man. Unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Okay. So for like the first thing, or the thing that caught me right there was other satanic religions. I might be out of touch with Satan and his like ways, right? but Buddhism doesn't strike me as a satanic occult religion.
It depends on your perspective. Now, typically speaking, I am not a fan of the word Satanism because 99% of the time it has no relevance to Satan. Now, you look at more specifically Christianity. Now, I'm not speaking for the majority here, but the Christians who will dismiss anything, it's satanic, it's evil, without actually knowing what they're talking about, is
So,
what
so
causes this.
so for this guy, let's say it must be that anything that's not Christian or anything that would that offers a different path, spiritually speaking, that's not Christianity.
I would say partially. I mean,
satanic is then satanic because
I would
it's
say partially because I mean, I can't speak for the guy in the video. He may not be a Christian, but I know that the Christian I want to say movement here because the best word for it in my head right now has created this paradigm. And it's not just, Christians aren't just held accountable for this. Other people are too. But they are a big driving force for that paradigm, that things that don't fall into their little rules and regulations are considered evil and satanic. Look at magic itself. I'm not going to go into the details of what.
It's a fair point. True enough that I don't know his religion, and I do make the assumption when people use terms like that, like this is a satanic thing, it automatically brings me, because that tends to fall within the realm of Christian and Catholic thought more than most other. I mean, all Abrahamic faiths will have that, but those that really kind of subscribe to this is satanic thought, or this is a satanic thing.
What they're essentially putting out there is a paradigm that has been programmed into their mind. Buddhism being satanic? No, I'd say that what this guy is actually referencing is what's called the left-hand path, which isn't strictly satanic. I mean, Satanism is the left-hand path, but the left-hand path isn't Satanism. Now, what is the left-hand path? Well, you have the right-hand path, which is what people consider Christianity, and and then there's a left-hand path, and now they're two very similar things. We're going back to
let's not get into theology.
This is very simple.
Let's not diverge too much. The main thing I want to do is approach this guy's topics. Yeah. He says that Star Wars is based off of satanic occult religions, and I think that's a broad sweep. I mean, it fits if you think Jedi is a satanic cult, I guess.
You have the word Satanism from his sentence, and actually he's partially correct. When George Lucas put together and comprised Star Wars, there was a lot of, and I quote, occult influence. When you look into, if you dissect Star Wars and look at the Force, look at how the Jedi operate, etc., the Force itself contains things like Hermeticism, which is class.
That's okay. We're getting into conjecture, actually.
But this is what I'm saying is that
because Lucas drew on a lot of things, and everybody draws their own. People will say, no, the Force is very much obviously drawn from Taoism, and then other people will say, no, the Force is obviously very much drawn from New Age occult studies like Seth Speaks. And other people will say, no, it's quite obviously a Christian metaphor. And other people will say, no, it's quite obviously a branch of Shinto or a branch of
likening it to something which may have been an inspiration or an idea.
Right. I just yeah. I mean, again, it falls into conjecture, and yes, Lucas drew from a lot of things, a lot of things, and a lot, and everybody who says, "Oh, he drew from this, and you can see this in it," is usually right.
I think the best thing to say would be that there may be occult influence, just the same as there's religious and philosophical.
In Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what I want to. First of all, let's make that a clear distinction right now.
Yeah.
Lucas could have drawn on satanic principles all he wanted, and we could have still been inspired by the movie. But that doesn't mean that we would automatically, like, you can't say because Star Wars has this element in it, this equals that.
Yeah.
That's a drawing causation and
yeah.
You know, and it there's it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Just because it has that element that maybe the creator used inspiration in doesn't automatically reflect on the people who were inspired by it and then spent decades making it into a viable, applicable path.
Yeah.
But we're already and I don't see, he hasn't made a case for cult. Let's get back into it. I mean, he hasn't made a case for the cult just yet. All right, I gotta mute you again. Get back up. Okay.
It's a bang. I like it. Looking here
Assassin.
and observing this upon George Lucas's own description of what his Star Wars is based off of, I hope it's becoming apparent to you what kind of takes control of people in our society. I've heard millions of times from people, oh, it's just a movie, it's just a cartoon, it's just video games. It doesn't affect my mind or affect my children. Really? Let's take a look here and see how people who should know better, okay, are actually getting involved in this stuff. And of course, you're welcome to believe whatever you want to believe, but it doesn't make delusions reality.
Agreed.
And so we go here. And of course, according to reports and details, church based on Star Wars franchise has grown to include thousands of members in UK. Experts say it's the seventh largest religion. We'll get to that, but the experts say there's 5,000 members in the US. Ooh. Members of the Jedi Church believe in the Force rather than the Holy Ghost. It's a religion barely 2 decades old and based off of a movie franchise, but there's still a lot of Jedi have in common with other religions. You see? Okay? You see how it's trying to push the ecumenical? It's trying to say, well, we're all one. We're all part of this force. All right?
All right. Okay. Okay. So 3 things stuck out to me there. One, laughing at how many members there are. That just seems like a very like a PvP. Like if you ever play MMORPGs like WoW or like Star Wars Old Republic, like PvP players like flaunt their numbers. It seems like that very. We're better than you because we have more members. Like, yeah. 5,000 members. Ooh.
It falls back to that concept of quantity isn't necessarily quality. And a lot of people in that statistic probably don't invest as much in it as what people think they do.
Right. Oh, the numbers are all inflated.
I was in the Jedi
in our favor, but not reflective of the actual community.
Yeah, I mean, I was in and out of the Jedi community for 7 years, and people who are active. No, and I'm talking about the online community, but I would hazard a guess that that's no more than 1,000. Depending,
it's a silly thing to like. That has nothing to do with whether or not Jedi is a satanic cult or not. Yeah, like you can poke fun, like that's just it's all obviously this guy's already getting into like personal, like laughing it off, like not even so far he hasn't presented an actual point for it. The other one. The other way was that this right here, members of the Jedi Church believe in the Force rather than the Holy Ghost. This is why, and I are don't like this article at all for so many reasons. One, it's an article written off an article, and it was never verified. Like, I was featured in the original article, and the person who wrote this article never contacted me, never asked if it was okay to like use quotes or any of that. Like, they just took it and then they wrote their own like whatever based off another article. So they already got that wrong, that the members of the Jedi Church believe in the Force and rather than the Holy Ghost, because I know Jedi who actually view you know, the Force as the Holy Ghost. It's not my view, but it's theirs, and they are allowed to have it.
That's the thing, is that with every philosophy, religion, spiritual path, whatever you call it, there are going to be similarities.
Right, and that's the next thing, is he says, oh, look at what they're doing. They're saying because we're similar, we're all one. He's like, that's a bad thing. Like, I'm not getting the logic so far, like how that makes us a satanic cult, or how that's a satanic thing, where saying that we're all one thing. Maybe he's saying it's a Gnostic thing, and that's automatically satanic. But even still, you're not saying we're all the same, because we're saying, no, we share similarities, but obviously these different things exist. That's why Jedi are allowed to believe and follow whatever religion they want. That we don't. We have Christian Jedi, and we have you know, atheist Jedi, and we have agnostic Jedi, and we have Wiccan Jedi, and we have Druid Jedi, and we have I don't know, all of them. I think we have Buddhist Jedi, we have Muslim Jedi, we have yeah, we got a lot of our bases covered in the world religions. So yeah, and we're not saying they're all the one thing. If we were saying it was all one thing, we could just use the Force as a complete blanket term, but we can't. What we say is spiritual well-being is important. We explore that concept through the Force and the terminology of the Force, because it kind of strips away any extra baggage. And then you get to, and then as an individual Jedi or person, you get to choose your own spiritual wellness. What works for you? What explains it for you?
The perfect terminology, the perfect word, terminology. Oh,
yeah,
that's essentially what it is it not? The difference between many paths is simply terminology. A lot
right.
are very similar.
Yeah, and that's and yeah, I don't see the point of being like, oh, look, they're already saying we're all one and we're all blah blah blah. It's like, we're all human and we all share a commonality for sure, but we do have differences, and those differences are okay, and diversity is a good thing. We don't need to all drink from the same Kool-Aid. You know, since we're on the topic of cults and everything, I figure.
Of course.
All right. Shh.
So what was your third part? The third part of the video.
Oh no, that was three. That was three. That he laughed at the members that the Force was the Holy Ghost, and which is incorrect. And that's not even his point. That's just the article. And again, I really don't like this article. And that Jedi have in common with other groups, and somehow that's saying that we are creating one, and things of that nature. And that we are saying that we are one, we are that's like leading to Satanism. So,
okay.
All right, let's get back. Shh. Where are we at? Where are we at? Shut it. Continue.
This is straight out of like Blavatsky, Alice Bailey, United Nations Satanism. Okay, it's sick. And if you want to challenge me on that, I will take any of you little Jedis on and debunk your crap.
Okay, wait. Oh, ooh. Ooh, we're gonna scroll down real quick because
that's what it is.
Wait. I'll take any of you little Jedi on.
Gotta find that animal side again.
I'll take any of you little Jedi on. Really? Really? You want to debate it? Let's debate it. Oh wait. What's going on here? I can't debate it.
If you want to look,
Wait. Shh. Don't. You're messing up the audio, man. Shh. Hang on.
Assassin.
Shut it. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, go ahead.
if you want to look at this whole thing as a whole, it's a guy looking like
Well, yeah, that's why I'm having fun here, man. Don't rain on my kitty parade. Already got people in the comments being like, don't listen to crazy people. I'm like, crazy people? If I don't look at the crazy people, who am I going to look at? Myself? There's no
clearly
one else out there.
a very polarized guy who's trying to make an argument on something that clearly he hasn't done that much research on it or much involvement. Who's trying to be in a popularity contest.
Well, he actually is pretty popular. I mean, relatively speaking.
And it goes back to the
most
whole,
YouTube people, he's on the low end. For me, he's like where I could only dream to be. He's got way more subscribers than me, so I can't talk on that angle, you know.
this is the thing. People are too worried about what everyone else is doing. They're not worried about enough about what they're doing. And this is a example.
But I think I do think it is important that counterpoints be made, even not all the time. Like, you don't have to address every crazy person that comes along, but you should address at least the first.
Yeah.
That way, when new people come on or new people are searching for things, what happens if they are like really curious and they like, is Jedi a cult? Well, this guy's video is going to pop up. Well, now we can have a video with the title in it that offers a way to kind of like rebuttal that.
Well, I think that is also part of the problem, is that people generally associate things like and I mean the words satanic, cult, occult, with a negative view. As soon as you say those words in public, people have this paradigm. Oh, that's evil, that's bad. And it seems, you know, just putting that out there, Jedi is a satanic cult. It doesn't matter what points he puts in there. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter if it's...
It does matter, actually. It matters to me, because if you actually make some valid points, I would really like to address those within the community.
I don't mean it doesn't matter in terms of itself, but it doesn't matter in people's minds, because people are going to make their, okay, this is bad, I'm going to avoid it. And this is what the impression I'm getting from this video is. It's to put people off, because this guy clearly understands the law of polarity to the point where you can push someone away from something just by placing a single word like satanic or occult, because people generally avoid it. So by associating two things together, this guy is basically saying, don't be a Jedi. And it's maybe just because he doesn't like it himself.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't like a lot of things in life, but that's again, it's besides the point. You know, if people are going to put out information against the Jedi should have a reasoned response.
Yeah.
That's all it boils down to.
I agree.
Should we just, yes, is this guy an extremist that we could ignore? Obviously. I've never even heard of this video, and it's been up for 2 years. Like,
oh, it's not even about ignoring it. It's just the fact that people will buy it just because of the words.
It's better to address these things, and I feel we should address them. If people have an issue, and then yeah, we should address it, and we should allow counter arguments, and we should allow debates. Unlike some people, where like comments are disabled, and you know, being like, I'll take all you little Jedi on. Well, cool, man. I'll take you on too. I'm down with the arguments, logical reason, and using you know, debate to find an answer and talk about thing. So here's the counter. He wants to disable comments, fine, but here's the counter argument. It's gonna happen. You gotta have it.
And I'm with you on that. I mean,
so yeah, let's not make this video any longer than it has to be. We're gonna give you more time to this schmack whackle than is necessary. Okay. Wait.
Assassins.
Benjamin Svetke recently attended a gathering of Jedi in North Texas where he witnessed the knighting of Padawan learner Allie Thompson, 28, an Iraqi veteran, Tennessee. Okay, so not only are we getting kids involved, but we're getting war veterans involved in this, and that's pretty scary. I mean, when you have a war veteran, which I love my veterans, but you know, not all of you deserve the respect just for wearing that uniform. Okay, because I had a brother over there, and he told me about, you know, good and bad crap that went over there. Okay, and there are the ones of you that deserve every respect that this nation has to offer, and then some. But there are those of you that we call something bags, dung bags, in the military, and you make the rest look bad. So, moving on. From the get-go, Ms. Thompson explains that her religion doesn't seek to turn fictional characters like Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi into idols. Okay? I mean, do you believe that? I sure don't.
Why? Based off of what? What?
Find that animal side again.
It's okay. It's one thing to be like, all right, I don't believe that, but it obviously that's it. It's irrelevant if they say we don't do that. You can't just determine. You're not allowed to just be like, well, I don't believe that you don't.
yeah, he's trying to make a point on something he has no understanding of.
Right. You can't just automatically deny what that's like being like Christianity says, you know, it has the 10 commandments that should be followed. Do you believe Christians follow that? Well, I sure don't.
This is
Like
the thing.
you can't use that as an argument to demonize or to denounce any religion. Not that Jedi is my religion. For
The
like,
point that kind of made me laugh a little bit there was the whole it make other people look bad. And that's the point there, is that what have Jedi done to make it a bad thing? Look at Christian history. How many countries did they invade?
right? Look, no, we're not gonna. No, again.
No, hold on. I'm just using examples.
We're not gonna start comparing now. We're not going down that road.
Look at other ways of life that have done terrible things.
Yeah, I mean, like you can look at. I mean, like the statement is silly and lacks self-awareness for sure. There's good people, there's bad people. Some of you deserve respect, some of you don't. Yeah. That applies to absolutely everything.
I agree. And this is the thing, is that in terms of religion, now I know Jedi is not a religion, but obviously in the paradigm of this person's mind it is. Right? Let's just
they are basing it off an article which is calling it a religion, so I'll give them that.
But that's the thing, is that he's saying that it's making other people look bad. It's like, well, for one, it has nothing to do with other people. It's a personal thing. And two,
I did like how he was like, we're dragging kids into this, now we're dragging veterans into it. Like we're baby snatching Iraqi veterans like off the streets or something. Like we're going to Iraq and kidnapping military veterans and being like, oh, you're gonna be a Jedi now. We've snatched.
Everyone I know that came to the Jedi community has done it by choice.
There's no other way to get into the Jedi. Dude, no one can hold you in the Jedi path against your will. If you feel you are a part of the Jedi and you want to leave and you're not, that is 100% you. Because I will be like, what are you doing here if you don't want to be here? I will kick you out myself.
This is the two most important things in reference to his statement there. One, it's a personal thing, so no one needs to concern themselves with it. Two, how is self-betterment and world betterment and the pursuit of those things to be looked down upon? Because that's what a Jedi is.
Yeah, I can't. But that, I mean, like, going off of his limited information of this article, okay? Let's give him that. I will give him, yes, he has not researched it at all.
Yeah.
He is making full assertions and assumptions based upon a very limited sample size of information, which is a horrible article. I really dislike this article, man. All right, anyways. All right, let's finish up this video, dude, because this silly guy. It's fun though. I'm having a fun time. I'm enjoying his ideas so far.
No offense to retards. So no, we don't worship.
Oh, fuck. So he's like, so he just said there, that's retarded. No offense to retard. We're not even gonna stop the video for that. I mean, like, I'm not gonna stop screen sharing for that, but that's, whew. Oh, I see a misspelling. Anyways.
Yoda, telekinesis is not something we necessarily do. At least not like in the movies. Yeah, because, you know, it's all fake and you guys are just a cult and you think you have all this power and whatever, Luciferian up the wazoo.
That's a lot of conjecture. That's some pretty large logical jumps there. That doesn't even work. But it is a horrible quote. The real article, she was much more clear on it, but it's still a bad quote. Anyways.
But I won't deny that the Force is very present in our teachings. Some people call it magic. Some call it Ashi. Yeah, it's another occult name. The scientific...
Ashla is supposed to be Ashla. For the, like, Star Wars geeks will know, Ashla, you know, when the Jedi were first being created. Fictionally speaking, let's be clear. Fictionally speaking, when they went to the, you know, planet Tython, and they were a group of martial artists, philosophers, priests, et cetera, coming together, they called the light side of the Force Ashla, and the dark side of the Force Bogan. Thank you. So yeah, so yeah, that's a typo. This article's horrible. Okay, continue.
He calls it energy, but it's everywhere. You can find it in the Bible. When Moses parted the Red Sea, how did he do that? With energy, with the Force? You see this? You see how they try and take the Bible and twist it into some New Age cult Gnostic religion, like Moses had all the power within, and you'll observe that through all the biblical movies. And I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I call it right now. Christian Bale's new version of Moses, whatever, Exodus, whatever they're trying to do, that they're pushing out, okay? I guarantee you it's going to be based off of Gnosticism, and it's going to show Moses as the one having the power to part the Red Sea. And mark my words, and you heard it here first.
I will give them that most people misinterpret that it's God who's parting the Red Sea, not Moses. Like, most people misread that.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
So, moving on. And while the group in Texas only included 15 men and 3 women, Jedi Church has been growing around the world. In England, it's the 7th largest religion with 175,000 members.
Laughing at the members again. Laughing at the numbers. So sorry we're not as big as Christianity, buddy.
15,000 Jedi in the church. Okay, well, first of all, we know what England is controlled by. It's by witchcraft, by Freemasons. It is totally sick and social.
Dude, I'm so moving to England. Like, no one told me that.
He's gone from satanic to now conspiracy.
But it's run by like Satanists and like Freemasons and like all these like, dude, I just imagine pagan like orgies going on in England right now. Is this what's going on? Am I missing out?
I mean, my wife should move to England.
Right? Wait, you came from, dude.
I came from Scotland.
You came from the UK. You're not allowed to say that stuff. Get out of here. fell for that one. I fell for that one. Okay, continuing on.
Assassin.
Communist. Okay, so as you can see, they're trying to spread it to America. Okay, and this is socialist and communist in its nature. We could go on and prove that, and I will prove it to anyone. So, hey, look at this. Kevin Trout, aka Opie McLeod, is one of the preeminent Jedi church leaders. Ooh.
Okay, first, before we even,
You don't even
before he continues,
you have
I'm
never
gonna address two things right now. One, F them for using this picture. Okay, that was at a Malibu Spartan race. It was freezing monkey cold. My hair's ridiculous. Yeah. I was doing a before picture to show off the numbers because they gradually get muddier and then you can't see there in thing. So, okay. So first of all, I hate that picture. Secondly, I am not a member of any kind with Jedi Church. I am not affiliated with Jedi Church. I am not a member of any Jedi Church. I'm a leader of Jedi Church. Nor have I written 5 books on the religion. I have written technically 5 books that touch on the subject of Jedi.
You're the only Jedi that's wrong. The Jedi isn't a religion.
In book form, yes. Well, I say it's a personal religion. Like, if you want to call Jedi your personal religion, cool deal. But, like, it's not it's not a religion as in Christianity or anything like of that nature. It's not, it doesn't have that kind of body or that kind of thing. Like, there's certainly groups like Temple of the Jedi Order and such that have 501c3s that give them tax exemption, charity status that other religious groups have. Yeah. But that's it. So I think Canada actually just recently officially said Jedi can be in a religion. But again, it's personal. Like, yeah, there's the lifestyle and there's the religion. So it's 2 different things. I mean, it's not, and it is and it's not. It's a whole subject. Whatever. Okay, let's get back into
it. Assassin.
He's written 5 books on the religion. Okay, is this an idol? Is this someone you want an icon? I mean,
I would hope not. I would hope not. If anybody idolizes me, if there's anybody watching this video right now and you idolize me, I will slap you personally. I will do that for you. That is my Jedi promise. Like, no, we don't have idols in the Jedi path. It's ridiculous. And let alone a person. Oh, I feel dirty. I'm gonna have to take a shower after this.
Assassin.
He looked like he worked very hard to get those arms. Props to you, man, but you could tell you got toothpicks. All right.
Didn't work very hard. I was actually like, yeah, I was actually out of shape there. But I am
any bigger than it already is, Opie. Come on.
No, I didn't work that hard for that. I was lazy as monkeys, but I am floating around 155 there. So yeah, I am skinny for sure. I'm 6 foot and I'm floating around 155 in this picture. So yeah. I mean, so yeah, my arms aren't big. I got girl wrists. I'll never be like a professional boxer for sure, you know. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, I mean, that's my body type. It is what it is. What my physicality, me being born skinny with a good metabolism and good bone structure, what that has to do with Jedi being a satanic cult, I don't know. That doesn't seem like I don't point to like Jesus on the cross and like, oh, look at that dude, way too skinny. I don't think he should be idolized. He's just, there's not enough meat on his bones to be idolized. So yeah, I don't think that counts. But yeah, okay, continuing.
Hey, you it's very unhealthy. So why would I want to be part of some cult that actually makes me look like this, right?
I imagine you couldn't look like that if you tried, buddy.
Right? Okay. So for the sake of time, I will leave this. You can look at the article. It's pretty sick. It's got Jedi religious knighting ceremony, which is the same. It's got Freemasonic references in it. You know, these girls think they're actually like, oh, I'm the Force. Oh, you know, I mean, sick. It's a cult. And look at this. You think this guy doesn't even know what the Sith is? He wants to be a Sith. See what I'm saying? Okay. You don't think.
Okay, 2 points. I do know what the Sith is. I do. This picture is from 2004. Again, this article, man. This article.
It's not even an argument. It's not even a debate. It's not even here's why. It's a case of I'm going to use stereotypes and I'm going to take information that is completely unrelated and try and make a case about something. There's no points that said.
Yeah, this, like I was really hoping for some actual like points on like why, like pointing out stuff in the article, like maybe using the Jedi code as a basis for, like I could make a real, like if you take the Jedi, I could make a really good case for the Jedi code and that, and like I could present a really good counter argument for this. I could create a better argument for why Jedi is a satanic cult than this guy has so far.
This is it's just a case of putting two words together and trying to make people listen. It's got nothing to do with what he's talking about. And all of his, and I quote, evidence is invalid.
Well, has he? Yeah, he hasn't even presented anything though, has he?
No.
He's disregarded. Let's see. He's disregarded stuff, being like, "Oh, is that what you believe?" Like when Ali said, "We don't idolize Obi-Wan Kenobi or any fictional character," and he's like, "I don't believe that."
That's just the case of it's his word. Now, his word coming from someone with no involvement in the Jedi community or Jedi practices, and a whole community of people that do know, that are doing it. This is a pointless, video because there is no point.
And then using, and then just being like, "Oh, look at this dude."
It's like trying to have.
Does he even know? I don't think he knows. Like, I don't even think he realizes that's me.
Is it?
Yeah, that's me right there.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
You look kind of like me.
With my long hair and my bondage pants back in the day, and I was wearing a Evil Minion T-shirt and had my little Nickelback leather wristband there.
Glad you grew out of it.
Yeah, dude. I went through my little goth phase. It's all right. It's all right. I had fun back then. I was playing the guitar too, everything, man. It was fun times. It was fun times. But sure, like, I mean, people go through phases. People grow.
I agree.
It worked for me at the time. But yeah.
They don't just go into the home of Jedi. They have this dark side. Okay. Oh, I want to be a Sith Lord. What do you think that involves? The demonic, maybe? Huh? All right, so moving on here. Let's go to something else I found. So I did a little searching, and I started finding all these weird symbols. Okay? I mean, weird symbols. Looked over here. Oh, I went to their website, JediChurch.org. Also post this in the link. And look at this. How many demonic symbols do you see in here? Okay? There's a pentagram. There's an eye, a pyramid. You have this up here. This is Islamic and also deals with occultism. Let's see. Here's an 8-pointed star. Here's the
What's that, man?
I would like to put a point here, actually.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it, man. Handle it.
When it concerns symbology, actually incorrect when it comes to demonic, but symbology in a lot of places is hard to take a grasp on because one symbol can be attributed to a lot of things. But that symbol that he showed at the top, the one that looks like the cross, which has the little round bit, it's not actually Islamic. It's actually a seal, and you can go on Google and type this right now, and you'll find it. It's actually the seal of Cain, which comes from the Liber Falcifer, which, I mean, I suppose that's maybe comes from a Christian story, but it isn't actually demonic. It's actually the seal of a god. But that specific symbol that the church is using, the Church of Jediism, is given a different meaning. And that's the thing is with symbol, is that symbology isn't a universal, this symbol means this and that's it. It's also open to interpretation. So he has half a point, but his point is invalid because he's getting the wrong thing. That seal, yeah, isn't a Jedi symbol. At least not in and of itself. Their version of it, yes, but not that seal and symbol itself.
Which is fair. I didn't see any other. I do know. I'm not even going to go back to it because that's basically. I remember clicking on here, and there's a few more minutes where he goes into Temple of the Jedi Order, and just I mean he kind of goofs around, but he actually says that the yin yang symbol is demonic as well. I remember that from the last time I watched it.
What, you mean this seal right here?
Yeah, that it's not that it's saying that light and dark come together, and that's demonic.
Basic principle that everything is dual.
Because it includes the thing. Another point to say in there is that like Sith doesn't automatically equal stuff. I'm not gonna like endorse the Sith path. You know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But yeah, that's as varied as the Jedi as well. That has a lot of different ways to be explored.
The important point is that nothing that you do is inherently good. Well, nothing you learn, no path is inherently good or evil. It's what you choose to do with it.
Right.
You have a Jedi who is a complete asshole, and a Sith who's a really, really nice guy.
So let's wrap this up. So okay, so that's the video that touched on it. I don't want to see that article pop up again and any more horrible pictures of me pop up. So let's just stop it there. Here's the thing. If you want to know something's a cult, there's actually checklist. There's a checklist you can do to make sure to kind of like double check that. Do we idolize or put anybody at the front? Like a cult is, well, it's worshiping a religious ideal. So like most religions could actually fall under the definition of a cult, just on the loose definition. But also another definition of cult is idolizing a person and or leader or symbol.
The actual word of a cult just means hidden. It's hidden knowledge.
Not a cult. A cult.
A cult. Yeah.
A cult.
Right. Okay.
Right. So I'm talking about cult.
The way you said it sounded like a cult. That's why I was like, whoa, wait, rewind. Continue.
So is Jedi a cult? No. Due to the fact that, one, you don't have to be religious in nature to do it. You can approach the Force from a very non-religious angle, and that's acceptable. If your spiritual well-being falls somewhere along the lines of atheist or agnostic, that's acceptable as well. So is it pretty much anything else along the spectrum. But also, no person, there's no Jedi in the Jedi path that's venerated. There's no one who's held up as an idol. And sometimes people try. They do so in a good meaning way, like they wanna honor their history. But they tend to prop people up on pedestals, and don't worry, there are Jedi there who do their best to knock those pedestals down with a sledgehammer. So, you know, we don't put anybody up in a leadership position. We don't venerate anybody. There's no worshiping required. You can walk away at any time. There's no pressure. There's no monetary involvement. You know, the Jedi path is a free thing. You can come and go as you please. We don't require your money. Some places do ask for donations. I'm not a fan of that, but you know, again, donations are a very voluntary thing. Just because the animal shelter asks for your donation and they love animals does not make them a cult, you know. So there's really nothing in the Jedi that stands out as cult-like behavior. Some people like will create a Facebook group and kind of prop themselves up as king of their own little mountain. There'll be a Jedi Grand Master, and if you disagree with me, I'll delete your post and I'll ban you and this. But if you see that behavior, you know that's not Jedi-like behavior. All you have to do is see, if you know Star Wars, and this is why Star Wars is such a great element and why we don't get rid of it, because it provides an inspirational basis and it provides a very quick guideline to the crazy people, okay, in our community. So like, if you see that, you're like, yeah, that's not really Jedi-like behavior. That doesn't seem like something Obi-Wan would probably do. It doesn't seem like he would, like he opened his own Jedi temple on Tatooine and became king of his own little mountain and made all the students like listen to what he had to say, and no one was allowed to argue with him. Or he kicked him out and fed him to the Sarlacc. That wasn't Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was more Jabba the Hutt. So when you see someone acting that way, you can very much make a determination on, this is not where I want to spend my time and this is not what I want to do. Another point on that is that the community is not the path, right? And I think that goes for all religions, all practices, anything like that. Like when people see bad things that Christianity has done, or like certain Christian groups that do some really outlandish things, there is a remember that's not the path, right? That's the community. That's not the path. Those are two different, very different things. And the Jedi is no different in that. There will be, like he even said in his video in the beginning, there's good people and there's bad people in everything. So, I don't think. So, I much to my chagrin, I thought there was going to be some actual points where we could really logically get into it and have some fun with it. I still had fun with it, anyways, except for those pictures, man. Except for those pictures. I hate that article. But yeah, I had fun with it. But unfortunately, no debate to be had, no actual points really made. But there are articles. The Jedi community has addressed the topic more than once over the years. And there are articles that you can find on whether or not Jedi is a cult or not. And it takes a very logical step-by-step approach, going through kind of the different signs of cult-like behavior and activity, and you can kind of judge, Jedi, your Jedi group or wherever you're at, off of that, and even the path itself. You can judge the path itself off of that, and if it doesn't vibe with you, then it doesn't vibe with you. There's no hard feelings. Go about you, handle your business, live life, be happy, and we're good with that, But I think that's about it. You got anything you want to throw in there, man?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, the whole thing, the whole video is trying to make a video and going off of his points, like trying to have an argument with a 5-year-old. And I mean, it's the big
insulted a lot of 5-year-olds I know.
The big irony here is, I'm the one sitting here with Satanic feels behind me.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love that, dude. Like if he saw this, I'm sure he would appreciate the irony there. But
I will say before we end this video, don't follow my example. I was a Jedi, and I know I'm kind of into the whole magic and demonic thing here now. But just forget this little detail, because I'm sure if another video pops up, that's going to be mentioned, and I'm going to be on the front page of that.
That's fine though, because at least they could be like, see, one leads to the other. It's a gateway. Like at least there would be a point to address rather than, oh, do you, so they said this is a part of their path. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. Rah. Like that's not a point. Like you have to address, take it on like good faith, and then actually logically like point out how this is a satanic cult.
Yep. Man,
I thought we were gonna have a lot more fun with it. Oh well.
Me too.
Maybe next time. Maybe another video will pop up, and we'll be able to and even get more people in and have some fun.
Maybe.
And getting an actual discussion going.
Sounds good.
But all right, so for like, I think there was like 2 people. I think someone came in, they got really mad and then left. I don't know. And then, so for those that watch, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Just killing some time in between making the actual videos. So yeah, that's it. Go have fun. Don't join any satanic cults unless that's your thing.
And if you